Hi, today we're going to go over secant angles. So, the definition of a secant is a line that intersects a circle in 2 points. So, just keep in mind a tangent touches in 1 point and a secant touches in 2 points. So, a secant is a lot of times they talk about secant segments. So, technically, it's kind of like a chord. It's weird. Okay, so let me just show you how it's used. And I know this picture is distorted. We're going to pretend that it's a regular circle, not an oval. So a secant angles whose vertex is inside of a circle is equal to half of the sum of the arcs intercepted by it in its vertical angle. Okay, again, wordy, wordy, wordy. So here's what it's doing. Now, I told you the answer. Here's how we get it. What's happening is it's always about the vertex, right? So the vertex is inside the circle. So if you're inside the circle, you're going to take the two arcs. So we're talking about the 15 and the 75, and we're going to add them up and take the average and divide by 2. So 15 and 75 is 90, and half of 90 is 45, which we know is the correct answer. And, they're talking about vertical angles, so that just means both of these are both 45. Okay. Now, like early on in this chapter, we had like the definition of degree measure. That doesn't work, right? Because see how this is 45 and this is 75, they're not the same. So that only works for inscribed or for central angles. It also doesn't work for inscribed because inscribed is just half. So I know there's a lot to keep straight here, but it's always about the location of the vertex. Now we're going to move the vertex the last time. Now the vertex is way out here, outside of the circle. Now, inside of this angle, there are two arcs, technically. We have this arc here and we have this arc. So you're outside of the circle. And so when you're outside the circle, it's half the difference. Now, it has to be a positive answer. So it's the larger number minus the smaller number. So let's practice this. And we know the answer is going to be 30. So take the larger arc minus the smaller arc and divide by 2. So 60 over 2 is 30. Perfect. Now, I have a silly way to make you remember this. Okay, so you've probably seen or heard of the movie Mean Girls. If you're part of the group, they have added you in, right? So if you're in the group, you're going to add and then divide by 2. But sometimes you're the girl in the red. Sometimes you're not in the group and they have subtracted you from their little group of friends. So you are subtracting and then dividing by 2. Now, just as a quick recap, when the vertex is at the center, the angle and the arc are the same. So it's 60 and 60, and that's the worst circle ever. And whenever you have it inscribed like this, if this is 100, the vertex is on the circle, so it's just half. That's the that's all the scenarios. Okay, if you can remember that, you're in good shape. We have 4 examples here, and again, if I run out of time, I'll just make a second video. We're trying to find this angle here. Now we're inside the circle. So you're going to, the group is, you're inside the group of friends. So you've been added. I know it's silly, but some reason it really helps. We're going to take these two arcs and add them 175 and 55 and divide by 2. 175 plus 55 divided by 2. I get 230, and so for a final answer of 115. Now, on the second one, you're outside the group of friends. You've been subtracted. So let's find the two arcs. We're dealing with these two. We have measurements for both. So 140 minus 50 over 2. So 140 minus 50 is 90 over 2 is 45 degrees. All right, now this third one's a little weird because they give you the final answer and you're just trying